we're literally in a car park because we can't really drive in this. The rain subsided a little bit, so we drove for around an hour north to Sudbury. Why Sudbury? Well, we heard there was a big roadside nickel, and there really was. I'm very good at putting makeup on in the car, which is a new skill that I've learned. And we've just arrived
at the Big Nickel.
The Big Nickel. Limping up to the nickel.
We should actually research why this is here, because I don't think it's going to tell us.
I think we both agree it met expectation.
Yeah, I was just saying that before I came here, I thought it was going to be a big nickel. I'm looking at it now. It's everything. It's everything I thought it would be.
It really is. A very big nickel. That big nickel had us hankering for a big plate of food, so we stopped for lunch. Gonna get a hungry boy in there. Boys, they love it when you hold up a meal just so you can film it. And I think they love it when you steal their nachos. After our lunch in Sudbury, we hit the road again. This time we were cruising on north up to Timmins, our final stop of the day. Why Timmins? Well, not only is it the home of Canadian national treasure Shania Twain, it is also home to the world's oldest water. No, really. We're in Timmins, home of Shania Twain and the oldest water in the world. Couldn't actually access the oldest body of water in the world, but we're next to a body of water which may or may not be 2 billion years old. We're not sure. Unfortunately, the OG pool of water is under lock and key at Kidd Mine, but when we got to Timmins, we like to imagine that all of the water was just, you know, super old. To be totally real, Timmins isn't really a town of natural beauty. It's pretty industrial. However, we had spent the last 3 nights camping and we were excited to have a place to stay with an actual bed and a shower, and we were pretty keen to get to know what the town had to offer anyway.
I brought 3 pairs of shoes and currently one of them, only one pair is not soaking wet. So that's how the last 24 hours have gone for us.
I was camping. Lunch was good though. I liked lunch. That was very nice. We're not actually sure why we're in Timmins, really.
No, we're going to hit up a bunch of different hiking trails, a few waterfalls.
Yeah.
See what's on the way.
See what's on the way. But once again, Timmins is the home of Shania Twain, country goddess.
That's why we're really here.
We found a place that is still open on a Sunday night. Apparently a lot of places are closed. Called ARCHIE'S. And it's big with wings and burgers, which are 2 things I don't really eat. But when in Timmins, you really have to check out ARCHIE'S. I'm pretty excited. I'm hoping it's going to be really local. We took a scenic walk through a parking lot to ARCHIE'S Wings, and I noticed something about Timmins. Timmins is a strange ghost town. I found this a very strange sign for the summer, but we continued. Wacky Wings was in sight. Despite Wacky's Wings not being my usual type of vibe, it was actually pretty good. Danny had a veggie burger with a side of fries, and I had some vegan chicken wings with a side of poutine and a salad, because balance. Cheers! Shania Twain, the biggest celebrity to come from Timmins. She's had a road named after her. You'd think it would be glamorous, but this is it. The gated construction zone of Shania Twain Drive.
That don't impress me much.
That don't impress me much. What if I was a Shania Twain superfan? I'm not saying that I'm not, but what if I was a Shania Twain superfan and I rolled up to Shania Twain Drive thinking I could get a picture with the sign or whatever, and it's like literally a sealed off murder site from Stranger Things. I made that Stranger Things comment as a joke, but then we soon turned around to see these chaps, statues of OG miners that were genuinely, and I'm not just saying this, giving off a really, really spooky vibe. We actually didn't stick around to film much here. We hurried on to our Airbnb and simply went to bed. I just killed a mosquito and this is the blood it left on my hands and I don't know whose blood that is. Not mine.
Turn left onto Montgomery Avenue.
I don't have time, I'm going through a travesty. Haven't done my makeup yet over the mosquito incident, which was quite harrowing, grim. On our way out of Timmins now. How do you feel about Timmins?
Yeah, I think the final score I gave it was a 7.5 out of 10. It was odd, but maybe it's just different, right? It's like we come from England, which is already very different to Canada, and up here it's very different to Toronto. So I think it's just different. It was quirky, yeah. Yeah.
It's just good to see more of Ontario, I think.
Yeah.
A bit more of what's going on. So now we're driving to ARCHIE'S Rock, which is a geographical formation. Sorry, there's a big truck turning ahead of us that I'm witnessing. There he goes. Big trucks out here, I'd say. Big old trucks.
That's a massive truck.
I know. You see him in the background. I don't know if you can. Yeah, we're off to see some kind of funky rock.
ARCHIE'S Rock, which apparently is some sort of like rock formation where the rocks are stacked on top of each other, and they were stacked by a glacier.
Stacked by a glacier?
Like a glacier left the rocks on top of each other, and they called it an anomaly.
Yeah.
Or an oddity.
An oddity, I believe.
So I'm really excited to see that. Didn't know it existed until about 20 minutes ago.
The power of a glacier. I'm excited about that too. And then we're heading on to Chapleau. Leaving the car and entering what can only be described as Mosquito City.
Yeah, we've only seen one person in the last half an hour, and we've seen about 1,000 mosquitoes.
Yeah.
Probably see them on the camera, actually.
Yeah, and bite me in real life.
Off to ARCHIE'S Rock.
ARCHIE'S Rock. Danny on a rock.
On ARCHIE'S Rock. It was interesting on that plaque. They said that it was discovered just going on a hike, which is mad that someone just like hiked out here when there was no trail and found this huge pile of rocks.
I too am on ARCHIE'S Rock, just chilling. It's quite a scramble, but a very easy hike. I use hike in pretty inverted commas because it's very short, but the rocks are really cool. And some interesting wildlife. We descended from ARCHIE'S Rock and got back in the car and swiftly made our way very much out of Timmins. Next stop, Chapleau Lodge. This is a good one.